Hey guys, it's Siobhan with ToKittyandBeyond. Welcome back to my channel. We're doing 2021 year ahead readings here today. So these are going to be very in-depth month by month readings for all the signs. And this is for Pisces. So that can apply to Pisces sun, moon, rising, or Venus, or whatever Pisces placement brought you here to this video today. There's probably some messages here for you. So just take what resonates with you and leave the rest. We are working with future probabilities here over the span of an entire year. So these energies are changeable and adaptable. It's more just for guidance for you. So just take what resonates. You can change what doesn't or what you don't want. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into the reading. I'm going to pull some cards and we will see you in a second. All right. Hi, Pisces. Welcome to your reading. Let's start with January. So to start off the reading, you guys have the Knight of Wands. So this is an energy of movement forward, progress, projects, opportunities, energy, motivation. I feel like you guys are really starting January out on a good foot. You're looking to the future optimistically. You're ready to get going. Maybe you're even feeling extra creative and wanting to create some new projects or hobbies or express yourself in some way. You also have the Nine of Pentacles. So there's going to be good opportunities for that in whatever it is that you're working towards. So there's going to be money that can come from that potentially as well. Maybe you have a project that you want to get going, or you're feeling really motivated about what you can create. And there's going to be wealth that comes from that. It may also be about kind of balancing through self-discipline, getting your energy to a place where you can restrain yourself when you need to, and then let yourself run wild when you need to as well. So there's balance between going fast and going slow is what I'm seeing here as well, and that will help to bring about a lot of financial independence. Next card you have is from the Amenti Oracle. I'm using these especially for you guys as I was called by Spirit to do so. And this card is I honor animals with reverence. So I was being drawn to the snail in this card in the Nine of Pentacles here. I don't know if you can see in the very little corner there. The snail was what kind of what represented to me taking things slowly, being methodical, while balancing out that internal sort of engine of fire that the Knight of Wands brings to the table. So this I honor animals could be working with animal totems and animal spirits to help guide you through this process. So you might see certain animals start to show up in your reality, whether it's on, you know, like Instagram or Kitty, don't scratch. There's Kitty of ToKittyandBeyond. So she's coming to show up right when I'm talking about animals. How perfect is that? So the animals are protecting you. They're guiding you. Pay attention to animal messages in January. You also have balancing spirituality and practicality, which is the full moon in Pisces. So I feel like you guys are going to be creating a lot of balance within the emotional space and how you're working with spiritual energies, and then how you kind of ground that into the physical reality. It's our moon. I'm a Pisces sun, for those of you who don't know. So I'm a full-on Pisces. I definitely feel this Pisces energy. This is balancing that. So it's being able to work with that energy in the highest expression of it, the really functional aspect of who we are as Pisces. We have the here and now card as well. So this is always an indication to be present in this moment within your body, within your life. This is the moment that you create from. So this is kind of the jumping off point for all intention and manifestation. So when you ground that spiritual energy down into the physical by being present in the here and now, that's when you can actually create not only really long-lasting, sustainable results, but you also get to enjoy this moment. That Nine of Pentacles energy can be a message to stop and smell the roses, to connect with what you've created, to enjoy the luxuries of what you have worked so hard to build. So be present in the here and now rather than focusing on past experiences or what you want to create in the future. That's going to help you to then do that. And you have discernment as well. So this is heart chakra type of energy with green chrysoprase here. So using heart chakra stones in January might be beneficial to help with this level of heart discernment. So it's looking at things from a more unconditionally loving, observing perspective rather than judging, because discernment is different than judging. Judging is kind of based on pre-existing beliefs, and it can feel limiting or constricting when we judge. When we discern, we're taking both things into account equally, and we are simply observing and looking for information. So it's a more objective and yet more compassionate way of doing things. So that can be helpful this month as well. So let's see what's going on for February. We have the Magician card to start off February. What a fantastic beginning here to these first 2 months of 2021. The Magician is a super powerful manifestation energy as well. So I see a lot of intention, manifestation, things that you're creating in your reality in a really physical, tangible way here. So there's a lot of power that you have. There's a lot of magic that you're able to create. And I'm seeing that confirmed here with the 10 of Cups. So this is you guys really standing in your power when it comes to your own personal happiness and how you share that within a group. So there's a lot of potential here for new beginnings and then completions of cycles when it comes to your sense of fulfillment, contentment, happiness, joy, inclusivity, connectivity, and just general, like, you've manifested this, Pisces. You've manifested this by working within. You've created a discerning heart for yourself, and you've now manifested this abundant life for yourself emotionally. You know, this could be a happy home life, a stable or very loving relationship, you know, family that's very connected and dynamic. It's this beautiful, beautiful energy that you've got here in February. So I'm really happy to see that. Also have I can be trusted. So these are kind of like affirmations that you can use in these individual months. So in February, trust yourself, Pisces. Trust yourself that you can create this if you don't have it yet. And if you do, trust yourself that you can sustain that, that you deserve that, that you should be able to allow yourself to have that level of love and magic in your life, because that's what you've created. And if you don't have that, then there's something there that needs to be addressed, that maybe you're blocking that. But I feel like you will have that here this month. It's very prominent. You also have your dreams need a practical plan, which is the full moon in Taurus. So again, trust yourself to be able to make a practical plan for manifesting what it is that you're wanting. If it's that 10 of Cups energy, using that Magician to manifest and create that. If it's a new home that you're seeking, you know, set your intentions, create a vision board, write down a list of what you're looking for, send it out to the universe, use this full moon energy to release anything that's kind of holding you back from accomplishing that or from manifesting it. So first and foremost, get practical with it. You know, it's balancing again, spirituality with practicality. This seems to be a theme. And it's pretty straightforward in general for Pisces. I mean, it makes sense because we do tend to be a little bit more up in the spiritual realm, but we always have that other fish swimming in the other direction. So we can create balance, and that's when we see really positive results. It's when you anchor and you ground that higher spiritual energy into the physical plane that you really start to see results, Pisces. And I know that you can do this because I'm one of you, and I'm learning how to do it myself. So if I can do it, you can do it. Full moon in Taurus energy is helping you to support making your dreams a reality. Trust yourself to be able to do that. And you have peace. What a beautiful confirmation for that 10 of Cups energy, because that's essentially what it is. It's that sense of peace and contentment that you have. It's more than just, you know, being overjoyed or being excited or being happy. It's a deep, deep contentment. It's when you're sitting on the couch with your family and you're all cozied up and everything is perfect and you're just watching a movie and you take a second to just feel that joy and warmth in your heart. It's subtle, but it's also so powerful. And that's what this piece really speaks to me here in February. So you guys are going to be having these profound sort of overwhelming feelings of peace in certain moments. And if this isn't something that you've been used to, you're going to be learning how to trust yourself to sustain that and create more of that by manifesting through that energy. When you embody that energy and you're present in the moment and you allow yourself to feel that, you can create more of it. You also have Crossroads of Destiny in the reverse position. So Crossroads of Destiny in the upright is coming to a crossroads and having to choose between one or two options or whatever the case is. So it is a fork in the road, something that has been predestined and it's fated for you. In the reverse position, it's like you've got as many options as you seek, Pisces. There's certainly going to be destined or fated events. There's going to be options for you that you've kind of set up for yourself along the way. But I feel very strongly that this card is indicating that you have unlimited potential. So you can do whatever you want. You can go wherever you want. You're not limited in that sense of, I have to choose between this or this. You get to really explore what it is that you want to create from that 0 point energy. So it's kind of like the unlimited or limitless potential that you have within you. It's at the core of your heart is what I'm seeing in my mind's eye right now. It's like a force field that you have in your heart center, and it's from grounding the spiritual knowledge that you have of yourself as a divine being into the physical world. You create this infinite sort of energy that you can warp and use to your benefit to create what you want, to manifest your reality, to shift the results that you see physically around you in your life. And it takes a little bit of time and patience to do that, but I feel like you're getting more powerful at that, and you'll start to see those results even quicker than you're used to. So let's look at what's going on in March. Okay, great. We have the 9 of Wands here. So I feel like this is kind of getting out of your shell. Usually the 9 of Wands is a little bit of a hesitant energy. Maybe, you know, it's kind of like a wounded warrior card where the person has been through a lot of trial and error and things like that in the past, and they're a little bit hesitant to continue to move forward. But I see this card in the Cat Tarot as an indication of being really excited about moving forward. It's like, yeah, you've been through a lot, but look where you are now. You look how far you've come, Pisces. So really acknowledge yourself for that and allow yourself to just jump into this new opportunity with a sort of playful spirit that I know is within you. And you have the World here too. The World is a completion of a cycle. It can also be about world service or putting yourself out there into the world, but I see this as really everything coming full circle, lessons coming to a close, new beginnings and opportunities kind of laying out in front of you with the wisdom and the experience you've gained from going around this circle several times. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, and that means that they hold the wisdom of all of the signs. It's the beginning and the ending. That's Pisces. This is us right here. So we are this whole self, and that's that 0 point energy. That's what they're showing me. The wreath, the laurel around her is the 0 point energy that you hold within your heart, and you can alchemize that and use that energy to create what you want. You have the world in your hands, and not just the world as in this physical world, but you have the reality, I should say. Like, let's look at the world in terms of your reality. You have your reality in your hands, and you can do with it what you will. Balancing out how you manifest is going to really help you to create these results for yourself. I act respectfully of others. So this could be in terms of what's going on the world stage. Maybe there's something that you're seeing unfolding in the media or on social media or within your friend group, something at a wider scale than just you and your immediate sort of, you know, family or things like that. So I feel like this is kind of, it's again sort of, I'm being drawn to the discernment card here. So I feel like it's kind of like discerning rather than judging other people's experiences and or beliefs or how the world functions or operates. It's being very respectful of other people's ideas, beliefs, and realities, right? Because that's their world. Their world is different from your world. Your world is different from my world, but that doesn't make it any less valid, because your experience is your truth. And everything that your reality is built on is your experience. So acting respectfully of others helps you to understand that there are multiple truths in the universe. And when it comes to realities, we're all living in different ones. It's beautiful when we get to align with others who have similar ones to us. But ultimately, we get to shape our own reality, and therefore it's very unique to us, just as we are very unique in this world. Oh, I love this. Hold your vision, Pisces, fixed moon. So you have an opportunity here to create something, again, with the vision that you have within you. It's connecting the spirituality and the practicality is what I'm sensing here. So hold your vision of what you want to create. Hold that emotion, because when you pair thought and emotion, that's when you get results. Because you can think something over and over and over again, but if your emotion is contradicting that, like if you think I'm going to be rich, but your emotional response to that thought is fear or lack or limitation or doubt, then you're going to get mixed results, if any. Oftentimes you'll get lack and doubt and fear in response, because the emotion is actually stronger than the thought. I mean, they are kind of one and the same. I don't want to say they're stronger, but you really need to have both of those arrows pointing in the same direction. So it's feeling the same thing that you're thinking, because that vision is going to result in something real, tangible, physical that you can see and experience in the world around you. You have not for you as well. So this card I see as, it's not so much like a warning, it's just telling you that there's something that's not for you. Maybe there's something that's kind of calling you backwards, and that cycle is not for you anymore. The world is the closure of a cycle. It's the ending. It's like it's a sense of completion. You've gone all the way around. There's no going back from there. You can really only go forward. And even if forward feels like going back because you're starting at the beginning, you're still going forward. So I feel like there's no going back, Pisces. It's hold this vision, and that's really the only option. You have unlimited options, like I was saying before. You have unlimited access. So it's a kind of a paradox where I'm saying there's this one option, but then there's also infinity. So it's both somehow. It's both. And that's what I feel. And it's a kind of a weird message I'm getting, but it's like there's going to be certain cycles that you'll know just aren't for you, based on the fact that it's going to take you back a step, and that's not what you want. It's not what you've been holding this vision for. So keep moving forward in the sense that you're holding the space for yourself to be able to do that. There, okay, yeah, support. So hold that space for yourself, support yourself. And if you need support from others, you can always reach out for that as well. I know, just speaking from my own experience as a Pisces, we tend to be, helpers and supporters of others. So it's important to also receive and give that support to yourself, or ask for it from others if you need it, and not to feel, guilty about needing support, because everybody does. And it's what connects us. And, we're human. We are divine creator, God souls living a human experience, but right now we're human, so we do have to kind of play within those bounds. And this support is not only on the physical plane, but you have divine support too. You have angels, you have guides, you have wise teachers all around you, both in physical human form and in spirit form. So take advantage of that, because there's something here that is in need of a little bit of balancing to fully complete that cycle and to feel good about moving forward with that. Okay, so let's see what's going on in April. You guys have the Page of Cups. So this is kind of a Piscean type of energy. Page of Cups being about, it's a message coming in that I'm sensing. There's a message that's coming in emotionally in terms of areas that there has been lack in the past. Areas where you've kind of had to scrounge to have your emotional needs met. And now you're stepping into this state of being able to express your needs, communicate your needs, and meet your own needs for yourself as well. It's very supportive, self-supportive. And you have the Hierophant as well. So this could be about kind of restructuring how you find support or create support within your reality or within your world. The Hierophant is a very structured energy. So there's rules, there's reasons for things, there's hierarchy. This helps us to feel supported, and as well as being connected to the whole and to source. It's a sense of, there's a higher power, there's a leader, there's somebody guiding this group. And I feel like there's an awakening of a leadership within you that you're grounding into the physical reality by pairing spirituality and practicality. You are becoming your highest self by merging those two fish. It's like the two sides of your personality are finally coming into harmony. That's what I'm sensing here. I do the best I can. So I feel like maybe you're sensing or feeling like you're not doing enough. That Page of Cups can feel like a bit of a lack energy. And I feel like you almost maybe sometimes let your cup run dry, Pisces, in favor of, supporting other people or even following. But this is the time now for you to be the leader. This is the time now for you to really do the best that you can, which is standing in your authenticity. It's showing up as an empowered Pisces instead of a Pisces who, hides behind things or copes with emotional deficits by binging on whatever. Pisces, we do have a tendency towards addiction, and it doesn't have to be drugs. It can be Netflix, it can be food, it can be love, relationships. There's a tendency to kind of cope by binging on things. We tend to go a little bit overboard, but it's because we're very emotionally intense beings. So do the best that you can and know that your best is always enough, no matter what it looks like. You're always doing your best, literally in every single moment. Even when you feel like you're doing your worst, you're actually still doing your best. Because if you could have done better, you would have. So trust yourself and know that you are doing the best that you can. Look at the bigger picture, Pisces. Full moon in Sagittarius is here to help you see that philosophy that drives you. The Hierophant really speaks of religion and higher ideals and beliefs that help give structure to intangible things. So it's like philosophy. What do you believe in? What do you put a lot of stock in spiritually, emotionally? And how do you ground that into the physical reality and how you operate and integrate within this world that we live in? So I really feel like looking at this bigger picture for you is going to help you to see your part in this grand puzzle, to see where you fit in and how things fit in around you, so that you can see that you really are doing the best that you can, that you do have more than enough, and that you can step into this leadership role should you choose to accept it. You have mending here as well, so there's a little bit of healing. I feel like you are working with yourself to do this. So there's these two aspects of yourself that you're kind of sewing them back together. You're mending them, the rift or the tear where there has been disconnection or detachment. You're bringing things back together. So this month is going to be an opportunity for you to reconnect with yourself in a way that you haven't before, by at the same time reconnecting with larger ideals, the bigger picture of the world that you live in and what you want to create from that world, or what you want to be in kind of relation to your reality and the people and the things and the ideas around you. And you have acceptance as well, pink calcite, another heart chakra crystal here. So I feel like this is accepting kind of what I was talking about before. It's accepting that you are doing your best, accepting perhaps even that leadership role if you choose to step into it. Perhaps maybe even you're looking at that bigger picture and then you're able to communicate that with others, or just simply ground it into the physical world. That Taurus energy with the Hierophant is it's very spiritual, but it's also very practical. So again, I feel like that's the theme of this year for you guys already. It was right there in January, and it keeps kind of filtering down through these months. So I might even call this reading, balancing spirituality and practicality or something like that. But that's very Piscean, so it makes sense. All right, so what are we on now? May. So let's look at what's going on for May. You guys have the 7 of Cups. So 7 of Cups is a little bit of, not confusion, well, yeah, it can be confusion. It's a little bit of hesitation. There's a lot of options on the table. Look at all those fish in the background. It's like there's so many different versions of you, Pisces. There's not just the 2 fish, there's multiple fish here. And it's sewing those back together. It's reintegrating into the whole. And I talked about this in the full moon reading that I did in Gemini, the Gemini full moon reading that I did the live there. And I was talking about this QHHT session that I had with a client of mine who we do services exchange. I do Reiki and Akashic record readings for her, and she does QHHT for me. And I saw in this QHHT session myself reintegrating into the whole, and it was this infinity loop of expanding out and fractalizing and then reintegrating all of these different parts of myself to unify back into this wholeness, back into this one core self. So I feel like this is maybe perhaps what some of you Pisces are doing as well. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. So there's a lot of options on the table here. There's a lot of things that you can do. It's like that crossroads of destiny. You have this 0 point energy at your fingertips, Pisces, because you're learning to balance the spiritual and the physical. And with that comes a lot of power. Also, what comes with that is responsibility. So it is your responsibility to discern which one of these options is going to be good for you. That's why that discernment card came out in January. And I feel like this is, again, it's kind of bleeding through the year here. So take your time to identify what's going to be the most beneficial for you at all of these potential levels that you have. And unifying these options so that you really come to a sense of wholeness. And again, seeing that bigger picture to help make this decision. Oops, dropped my cards. Okay, so next up you have the 6 of Cups, another Cups card. So you've got the 6 and the 7 of Cups in May. So the 6 of Cups is a very generous, lighthearted, innocent energy. I actually really like the 6 of Cups. It can also indicate memories of the past and soulmate relationships or past life relationships. I feel like this is reintegration of your past selves. That's what I'm really sensing. It's kind of like that vision, and that's why I kind of felt called to bring it up in this reading, is because I get the sense that there's other Pisces out there who are doing the same thing. It's reintegrating portions of yourself that have been rejected, cast out, forgotten, left behind, judged, or otherwise, sometimes even hated. So it's bringing all of these aspects of yourself, calling them up, maybe even doing some past life healing work. That's what I do for myself and my clients with Reiki, with Akashic readings. That's what I was doing with the QHHT. It was looking into past lives and calling all of these aspects up into the now, into the present moment to be healed. It's really a beautiful process. It can be challenging. It can be a long process, but it really does bring a lot of clarity, hope, and unification. And you have, I achieve with integrity. So whatever it is that you have, these options that are on the table, I'm also seeing these multiple people here and this one big sun, and it's really reminding me of that same energy I was just talking about. It's like the reintegration of all of these parts of yourself. And there's going to be parts of yourself that have been cast out, and it's bringing you back into integrity by acknowledging past selves that have been rejected, so that you can heal and fully come into wholeness, because that's your true state of authenticity and power. And that's when you're in alignment. So this will help you to achieve your physical goals here on earth. This will help you to fulfill whatever purpose you've set out for yourself. And again, you have unlimited potential there. So it's not like there's one purpose that you need to fill and it's mandatory. You really get to choose through your free will what you want to create in this life. What's going to help you in May is bringing love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius is a very thought-provoking, philanthropic type of energy. So bring love into this situation to see the way forward. There's a lot of Cups cards this month. Excuse me. There's a lot of Cups cards this month, so this is a lot of the emotional space. And what's going to help you to achieve with integrity is to not only feel what's true for you, but to see that bigger picture. Again, seeing the bigger picture, that moon in Aquarius, or well, this one's in Aquarius, but that one was in Sagittarius. And I feel like it's giving you the opportunity to connect with a larger, it's like a larger belief system or something that you want to accomplish, not just for yourself, but for the world. And I feel like what you're doing for yourself is going to help the world. And I talked about that too in the live reading. Oh, great. Yeah, exactly. Okay, awesome. I love it when this happens. So the next card up is higher power. So this is creating a higher power within yourself. You doing that work of reintegration for you creates a higher power within you that is then channeled to the collective and that you can use to help create results in your life and at a physical level. So really manifesting that job or that purpose or that career or that love relationship, or the things that are going to be in the highest alignment with you at soul level, not just what you physically or egoically want, but what's actually going to benefit you as a soul in this incarnation moving forward. This is more than just this life. What we're working on here is multiple lifetimes of lessons, and we're integrating them into this present lifetime now. So this is really big work that takes a lot of power. That's why you're being given a lot of power. And we have storm wisdom as well. So storm wisdom is about kind of going through the storm and gaining the experiences. And through those challenging experiences or karmic experiences, this is how you learn. This is how you grow. This is how you evolve. This is where wisdom really comes from. So it is an opportunity. Again, I say that a lot, but I see everything as an opportunity. Whatever it looks like on the surface, it's always an opportunity for transformation. And I say that with my clients too. Whenever there's blocked chakras, whenever there's karmic patterns, whenever there's anything negative, I'm like, well, you know what? This is an opportunity. It's an opportunity for learning. It's an opportunity for growth, for evolution, for transformation. So Pisces, embrace the storm because you're going to be able to weather it. You have higher power on your side, so nothing can damage you. It's there to help you to see things more clearly. The storm is teaching you information that you wouldn't be able to learn otherwise. All right, and for June, we have the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is a very successful energy. In this tarot deck, the Cat Tarot, it feels more playful, whereas in the traditional Rider-Waite, it's a very successful achievement, leadership, accolades type of energy. It's coming back from that mission and being successful and getting a lot of recognition for it. In this one, I feel like it's more just a playful energy of you feeling good about what you've accomplished just because you've accomplished it. It's not really needing the validation or the acknowledgement from other people. It's really just enjoying the process of being able to create and get to that level of achievement. It's like you've got the ball, you caught it, you did it, and you were playing, you were having fun while you were doing it. And that's the real sense of achievement there. It's not even that you got the thing, it's that you had fun while you were doing it. And you have the Knight of Wands. So lots of fire energy in June. It feels very hot, very fun, very expansive, very childlike as well. The Knight of Wands it's kind of a young energy too. It's not as young as the Pages, but Knights are still, they can be like teens to mid-20s, kind of think that type of energy. So having fun at that age was kind of being impulsive and just doing whatever you felt like in the moment. It's like, do you want to go do this with your friends? Yeah, sure, why not? Because it's fun. And there wasn't a lot of rational thought that kind of went into that, but at the same time, you learned through those experiences. You learned by making mistakes, and I feel like that's kind of what this is going to be about too. And I feel like maybe you've made some mistakes in the past that have led you to this new level of achievement, and you now have a lot more experience under your belt to be able to move forward with, to be able to continue to actually then make achievements. But at the same time, it's like you're having fun while you're doing it. I consume only my fair share. Okay, so a couple of messages coming through for this one. This could be about limiting your consumption of certain beverages or foods. This could be about limiting your consumption of any kind of material substances, thoughts, external things that kind of keep you imbalanced energetically. That Knight of Wands can be, again, it's like an impulsive energy that can be a little bit hard to control and a little bit like, doesn't really think things through all the way. It's kind of just whatever you want in the moment, you're going to run after it. So make sure that you're not over consuming or binging. Again, we talked about that. I'm a walking example of that. I binge Netflix like it's nobody's business, and I work from home, so I've got lots of time for it when I'm not with clients or not doing readings here. It's pretty much all I do. So it's consuming only your fair share so that there's not only just enough for other people too, but so that you're not kind of driving yourself into that hole where Pisces can go to cope if there's, like a lack of something else. Believe in the impossible, Pisces. This is a blue moon energy. So this is kind of like that once in a blue moon opportunity that you have here to be able to create something successful for yourself and do it in a way that feels really fun and kind of lighthearted is what I'm sensing. So it's going to be an experiment is kind of what it feels like. It's going to be an experiment for you to balance things out. Again, that theme of balance keeps coming up in my mind, but it's believing that you can do it, and it's holding that vision. You did have that hold the vision card earlier, so hold your vision that you can create something that may seem impossible to you, but it's believing in the impossible. Not just the intangible impossible, but the things that you believe are impossible for you. You can achieve those things. You do have a level of achievement that you've already gotten to here, so why not more? Ask for more from the universe. Ask for more from yourself. And again, make sure that you're not going overboard in any one of those, areas of life that we've discussed. And you have chop wood as well. So it's funny because you got 2 wands cards in the beginning of the month there, and then now we've got chop wood, and so it's kind of like those wands are getting chopped up now, where there was a lot of playfulness and kind of almost like irresponsibility in the first half of June, and then maybe in the second half of June it's like, okay, well, now it's time to get serious and balance this out, make sure that I'm not taking on more that I can handle or getting myself into hot water types of situations. It's time to take care of some of the, adulting things that we all need to do. So it's fine to have fun and to play and to gain that creativity and inspiration and motivation through having fun. That's very important, and it's super necessary for Pisces. But it's also important to, do the dishes and make sure that the bills are paid, and that you've made connections in your relationship. Like, it's very important to just do those menial things that we all have to do from day to day to make sure that we live a comfortable life here in the physical world. So chopping wood is focusing on those practical tasks to help you to reconnect with some of the more grounded aspects of that Piscean energy that you do have access to. It doesn't feel like Pisces is a grounded sign, but it can be. It definitely can be. It's just, it takes a little bit more effort, consciousness, and awareness for a Pisces to really get grounded and do these physical things. But it can be done. And you have Divine Rebel, Pisces, Ascended Master Kuan Yin, and Pearl. I feel like this is a very soft, feminine, compassionate, loving, heart-centered energy, and yet it's rebellious as well. So I feel like you're rebelling against structures that have been put in place, maybe even rebelling against tasks that you really don't find enjoyable and changing them. Maybe you're changing them in a way that is going to shift how you feel while you're doing them. So instead of doing the dishes and feeling like, oh, this is such a chore, you're turning it into a game and having fun with it. That's how you can help to ground, because you're so creative. Everything is possible to you, Pisces, because you have such a vivid imagination, and your imagination is where you create from. That's part of that 0 point energy you have access to. So be the divine rebel in your life and change the structures that don't spark that joy within you or that creativity. You can make everything fun for yourself. I also see this as rebelling against systems or structures that are in the world that may create lack or perpetuate, the destruction of the planet. This could be, consuming your fair share by rebelling against, contributing financially or monetarily to systems or structures that damage the earth or that, are immoral or, ethically kind of iffy, that kind of thing. So being a divine rebel by being compassionate to what you do want, by investing your energy, your time, and your money into something that you do want, that you feel is more in balance, and that is more in alignment with what you're looking for. right, and then for July, you guys have the Nine of Swords. So Nine of Swords is a bit of a tricky energy. I feel like there might be some stress, some worry, some things that are kind of keeping you up at night in July. Kind of starting off the month a bit in a tricky sort of mental space here, but let's see what else we get. We've got the Empress, which is a 3 connected to new beginnings, self-expression, abundance, creativity, fertility as well. So I feel like you're creating something and you're really stepping up into your power, but there may still be some kind of just stressful thoughts in your mind about how you're going to do that. It's kind of like, well, to really stand up and show up as this Empress, I'm going to need to do a certain level of things. I need to show up and I have a certain level of responsibility. So there may be some fear, some anxiety, some stress, maybe even a lot of worry or sleepless nights that come along with that. I think you're going to be able to get through that by using your connection to this divine higher power, by grounding your spiritual aspects into your physical self, but there's still going to be some fear there, and that's, I think, completely normal. I advance through my own abilities. So you are advancing fairly quickly, and I'm seeing a lot of energy in the crown chakra and the third eye chakra. You guys might have very active energy in those areas, really connecting you to your spirit guides, your higher self, clear seeing, clairvoyance, that kind of thing, claircognizance as well. So use your abilities to continue to move forward. Again, there may be some fear in the third eye chakra that needs to be addressed with that Nine of Swords energy this month. Could be something that's kind of blocking you from advancing, and so it can help to kind of address some of those fears at that level so that you can continue to move forward and expand yourself into the fertile, goddess that you are, or God. Your commitment is being tested. So your commitment to your vision, your commitment to this journey that you're on about what you want to create is being tested this month. There's no doubt about that. It's being tested by those fears. Those are the test. It's not that there's anything outside of you that's coming in to test you. It's all within you is what I'm sensing. So it's being able to master those fears, those thoughts that keep you limited or stuck in old cycles or want to take you back into doubt or worry or stress or anxiety, when really what you've been doing all of this time is stepping into your limitless infinite potential as a soul incarnated within a body, using that God energy to be able to create what you want. To be fair, your commitment is being tested for a fair reason. So this is, it may not seem fair, but it's creating balance for you. And it's weighing up what's in this on the scales here. I've never noticed. There's what looks like a fortune cookie and an egg. So fortune cookie could be representing good luck, destiny, or something that was just fated for you. And the egg is kind of, it's like fertility again. So the Empress energy, this as well, it speaks to me a lot of birthing something new, of creating something new. And some of this luck is going to be on your side. Some of the opportunities are going to be on your side. It's just releasing some of that fear and anxiety around how it's going to happen or how you're going to be able to stand in that kind of power. So just try to address those fears as best you can by supporting yourself, by loving yourself, and by grounding yourself as well in physical, practical action, if that helps. Because Pisces, it is your time to shine. A lot of the signs have been getting this card. A lot of this message has been coming out for a few of the members of the zodiac here. So it's a lot of people's time to shine and really show up in a big way in the world and on the world stage. So this can come with some stage fright. That's Nine of Swords energy. There's some stage fright here. It's like, yeah, but then I have to show up and be my fully empowered self. And that's scary. I can tell you it's scary, and I haven't even, I think I'm just scratching the surface of what I can do. But again, it's like there's going to be fear at every stage that you evolve and expand because you're going into unknown territory. But once you do something and you do it again, and then you do it again, it gets easier and you get used to it and you gain confidence knowing that you can do it. So know that you have that goddess energy, that Empress energy on your side, or within you, I should say. So it is your time to shine. You have a lot to share. You have a lot of abundance to create, not just for yourself, but for others as well. So this is going to be very balanced and aligned for you. All right, so let's see what's going on for August. You have the Page of Pentacles, Pisces. So there may be an offer that's coming in or a message or something to do with money that's coming in. This is actually the card of the day on the day that I'm filming this, which is December 1st, 2020. And this Page of Pentacles energy can represent, you know, it's kind of like opportunities do come in and you get to choose what you want to do with them. Sometimes it's better to have what you already have and work with that. Sometimes it's important to invest into something new that you want to create. So let's see what other cards come up in kind of conjunction with this. Well, you've got the Nine of Wands. You had that before as well in June. So this energy is coming back up again. This time it's a little bit more, or I think it was in June. Anyway, it's a little bit more guarded this time with this card in this deck. But I feel like you're hesitating to take an offer because you're not sure if it's going to be what's right for you. You're not sure if it's going to be something that can benefit you in the long run. Or will it take a lot of work? Or will it require me to sacrifice something that I'm not willing to sacrifice? Or will it put me through the ringer? There's some fear here again too, but I feel like these fear cycles are closing out because both of these are 9 cards, the Nine of Swords that you had in July and then the Nine of Wands here in August. It's like those cycles are closing out. 9s are endings. So it's ending that fear and being able to address that by having it come back up, because we do have to feel things to heal them. That's why I made a shirt about that, feel it to heal it, because it's important. We need to process those emotions. I keep the waters pure. So keeping your emotional waters pure is of utmost importance here. And part of that is feeling those emotions that have been unprocessed, because those are like dirt or impurities in the water. And they just sit there and they seep into, you know, the pure waters of happiness and joy and faith and love and optimism. So it's important that we kind of skim the water, you know what I mean, and clear that out. But to do that, we have to look at it. We have to feel it. We have to address it. It can't just lay at the bottom of the pool anymore. It needs to come up to the surface. And this is what subconscious healing is all about. That's what I do with clients. That's what I do with myself. You know, it's so important, and it can help to manifest abundance in your life, because when you get energetically clear, you have more power, you have more manifestation ability, and you're more in alignment with who you are at soul level. So you become like a magnet for abundance, joy, prosperity, creation. You become a magnet because you're in alignment. So next card you have is it's time to release negativity. Yeah, that's what I'm sensing here in July and August. There's a big kind of an energy dump that's going to happen, where in these 2 months there's fear coming to the surface, there's hesitation, there's resistance, but it's coming up for a reason. These old wounds are surfacing, and in the form of fear, thoughts, anxiety, worry, doubt, hesitation. All of those are kind of like red flags you want to pay attention to these months, because they're coming up to be released, right? That's why they're there. So it's completely on schedule, and it's exactly what needs to happen. So release those thoughts, those fears, that negativity by feeling it, by healing it, by being compassionate to yourself through those experiences. You have the Thinker card as well. So Thinker is it's an energy of contemplation. So you might be thinking about how to do this. It's very in the mental space, with that Nine of Swords and the Nine of Wands energy. It's very much about what you've been through and what you think about that. So use your thinking to get really clear on how to release these things, how to let go of them, how to keep your energy pure, how to keep your heart pure. She shall always prevail. Yay, Pisces. So no matter what happens, you're going to prevail. No matter what it feels like, you're going to come out on top. No matter how scary and how anxious and how worried you are, you're going to come through it. You're going to have the courage to push through it, to heal through it. So, you know, it's temporary. It's not going to stick around forever. It might resurface again later, but it's just temporary. It seems like it's just for these 2 months, but let's see what's going on in October. You have the King of Swords, so you master it, Pisces. You master that thinker. You master your thoughts, your mind. You're able to control and stabilize and regulate those fears. You're able to comfort yourself, soothe yourself, ground yourself, and create that stability within your own mental space that you become a master. It's the whole reason for all of this happening. It's because you're transforming. You're using that resistance to be able to grow. And it's a beautiful process. It's a challenging process at that. But it is beautiful. And the result is so worth it because you come out of it so much stronger. Oops, I dropped the second card here. Let's see what it is. Well, you've got the 8 of Cups that fell on the floor here. So the 8 of Cups is an energy of walking away from emotional things that didn't fulfill you. So I get the sense that you've gone very much into the mental space here. You've gone very much into this King of Swords energy, which is, you know, it can't even be like Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini energy if you have that in your chart. It's kind of detaching from the emotional space by becoming more aware of the mental space. Those two things do go together. The mental and the emotional realm go hand in hand. So it does create more balance here, but I feel like you're using your thought to be able to dive into the subconscious mind and decipher those emotions rationally, logically, gaining a lot of information and insight that's going to help you to quell some of those fears and that resistance that was there in the past 2 months. You also have, I affirm that all life is sacred. So affirm that all life is sacred. All life is sacred. All lives matter. Your life matters. Everything is connected. I'm seeing, you know, you had the King of Swords, which has that butterfly energy, and then you have this card here, which has the dragonfly energy. So it's like this transformation. Both of those are flying insects, air signs, you know, it's the mind again. And it's connecting to this transformation that you have. You have the ability to live in 2 realms, Pisces. You are that spiritual sign that is able to do that. You live in the ether and in the physical. You live in the mind and in the heart. You are a dualistic being, but this allows you to unify those 2 polarities into one. So that's why you are the whole aspect of all of the zodiac signs. You are the integrated aspect of everything. And that's why you have this ability to transform yourself, maybe even shape-shifting or feeling into all of these different sort of expressions of life, like trees and plants and animals and people, stars, planets. Everything is alive. Everything has life, and all life is sacred. Interesting. Don't let your past hold you back, Pisces. South Node is past life karma. So that did come up a little bit in June there. And now some of this fear kind of surfaced in July and August. So in October, don't let your past hold you back. Move forward fearlessly. Recognize that your life is sacred and what you do with it is your choice. And you have the power to be able to shift and transform. You have the mental capacity to walk away from things, thoughts, emotional trauma from the past that's holding you back. It's like these thought patterns that have been ingrained for a really long time, and you've been playing them out lifetime over lifetime over lifetime. And you finally bring them to your awareness. And this is what I do with clients in soul realignment. It's bringing it to your awareness that helps to shift it karmically. Because if you didn't know that it was there, there's nothing you can really do about it. And sometimes even when you know it's there, you still don't do anything about it, but that's a choice that you have. And that's your responsibility. But if you want to shift it and you're ready to shift it and you bring it to your awareness, well, then there's nothing stopping you anymore. You have control over it. You have taken your power back, and the past will not hold you back any longer because you understand the cycles that happened, why they happened, how they happened, and how not to repeat them again. So that's why looking into past lives can be so beneficial, because it shows you where these patterns keep on playing out. They can be varying and a little bit different from lifetime to lifetime, but most of the time they're pretty cut and paste. And it's just like, it's so obvious when you see it like that and you're like, oh my God, I get it. I'm not gonna do that again because I know what the result is gonna be. Truth be told, Pisces, again, it's like, man, you're gaining so much clarity this year, especially this month too. That King of Swords energy, it's like you're going to be having so much information come to you. You are very communicative as well. So this could be speaking your truth, taking off the mask, showing up in the world, speaking what is in your heart. sharing your journey, your wisdom, everything that you've been through. And also seeing into those dark places of the subconscious mind with that 8 of Cups energy. It's like you can see in the dark now. That's what I get the sense of. It's like you're doing some deep shadow work, and now it's like you've got your night vision goggles on, where before you were in the shadow realm and you were just kind of bumping around trying to feel your way. And maybe you made some mistakes, but that's normal. That's okay too. You're just learning, right? That's part of it. But I get this sense that now you've gained some new level of awareness or vision to be able to see into that shadow in a way you didn't before. And that helps you master it so that you don't let this past shadow stuff hold you back anymore. That's great. Revelation. Oh my God, Pisces. So this October is going to be huge for you when it comes to clarity, when it comes to understanding. And this understanding is going to help to liberate you, to free you from that past karma so that you don't have to repeat those cycles again. This is huge energy. This is massively freeing for you. This is a whole new cycle that's going to start. So let's see what's going to happen in November. Or sorry, not November. Sorry, this was September. Oh my God, did I say that, or did I say this was October? July, August, September. Sorry, this big mega month is September. I will put it as that in the, yeah, you'll see it. Anyway, so now we're on October. You have the Ace of Swords in reverse. So all of the energy in September was like revelations, epiphanies, insights, clarity, information about past stuff, walking away from the emotional lack, all of that mastery in the mind. And now you have the Ace of Swords in reverse. So this can be two things. It can be that maybe there's a little bit too much information and you've kind of said, well, I'm going to hold off a little bit for now. Or this could be really deep insight that you're birthing from within you. So let's see what other cards come up this month. You have the Three of Swords. Okay, so some of what came up in the last month was to do with heartbreak, wounding, abandonment, fears, like trauma from the past. And there may be resistance to bringing this up because it's painful, because it's not going to be fun to bring that back into your mind in a conscious way, right? It was sitting in the unconscious realm where you didn't really have to address it. You're still affected by it when it's there. You still attract situations when it's there that reflect that back to you, but you're not consciously having to deal with it. So now it's like, to be able to break free from those old cycles, you do have to consciously deal with it. Otherwise, you'll keep getting those situations attracted to you because that vibration is sitting in your field. It's sitting in your mental and emotional body, and it's attracting those situations to help you to wake up to that cycle and free yourself from it. I give offerings that are genuine. So I feel like this is asking for support. I get the sense that this card is encouraging you to give an offer that is from the heart, and you will receive something of equal value in return. So when you do it with this positive intention, you're going to receive, it's almost like the karmic consequence of that. And I mean that in a positive way, not consequence as in a negative thing, but it's like you get what you're putting out back. Show the world the real you, Pisces. Full moon in Aquarius. Again, you've had two full moons in Aquarius, I think, in this reading. But anyway, I feel like this is, again, it's like it's your time to shine. It's you showing up in the world in a really big way. And to do that, there needs to be that heart healing, right? There needs to be the facing of those fears and those past experiences, those wounds. Healing those is going to help you really show up as your authentic self. It's creating that reintegration, which allows you to step into your power in a much more holistic way. And you have no place like home. So this could be taking you back to past homes that you've had. I get the sense of abandonment here, broken homes as well. So there could be things from even just your past in this life. Maybe your parents divorced at a young age, or at any age, it's traumatic. A home that was kind of lost to you Maybe this is even past lives where your planet was destroyed. I've worked with a few clients like that, where there's a lot of heart wounding around that because it's a major loss and there's a grieving process that needs to come with that. So there's no place like home here. I feel like this is like in The Wizard of Oz, when you go on this big journey and you feel like you're completely lost, but you end up finding your way. And when you get to the ending, you realize you had the power within you all along. You just had to learn it for yourself. And that's what brings that world energy that you had earlier in the year to a sense of completion. It's like you come back to where you started, but you're completely transformed. Meaningful sacrifice. Okay, so this is going to be, it does require some level of sacrifice. So this is kind of like what you were fearing before, but I feel like the fear of the sacrifice is actually worse than what the sacrifice will be. So allow yourself to bring this up, to look at the trauma, to look at the pain, to address it, to learn from it, because the resistance to it is creating more pain than the actual trauma when you're kind of willing to address it. So there may be something that needs to be let go of. And some of that could be pain from the past. Some of that could also be fear. Yeah, it just feels like fear. Sometimes we do have to sacrifice our fear, let go of the fears. Okay, so let's look at what's going on in November. Now that we're actually on November. Oh my God, Pisces, you have the Three of Swords again. So you had this in October and now you have it in November as well. So there's some heartache here. There's some pain in the heart, in the mind too. So could be even, well, you know, I don't want to say that there's breakups or there's like separations within like a home space. There could be, but I'm getting more of a sense that it's in terms of past experiences of that. And if it is repeating in your life now, it's because it's repeating a cycle based on something that is within you that needs to be healed. You have the Knight of Cups here supporting you, so that's fantastic. This is going to help you to heal that heart wound that's there. This could be messages that come in that help you. This could be somebody that's offering love to you to help heal this wounded or broken heart that's been around for the last 2 months. It's kind of like you're nursing it back to health, and somebody or something within you is being offered to help you to do that. I am open to love in various forms. Yes, that's exactly that Knight of Cups energy. It's like this love is going to come into you in multiple different ways. So it's just being open to receive that, because your heart is wounded at this point, right? These past 2 months you had the Three of Swords. So there's definite wounding there. There's heartbreak, heartache, grief, loss, could be anything really, but it's in need of love, essentially. That's what's going to heal the wound, is love. So be open to the love that comes in various different ways from various different sources. There's going to be love. Personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer, very nurturing, very loving water sign energy here to support you in this heart healing. So a personal issue that you've been kind of going through, perhaps just in these last 2 months with that Three of Swords energy repeating, it's like it's coming to a resolution now. It's going to reach the ending of that phase where you don't have to repeat it anymore, hopefully. Oh, good. You got happy. So this is great heart healing. So perhaps in the beginning of the month, it's a little bit dicey and you're still working through that pain. And then by the end of the month, that love comes in and you are renewed and you feel supported and you feel happy again. And it's coming through a spiritual connection. So this could be a spiritual connection with somebody around you who's offering love to you physically, or this could be a spiritual connection just through your higher self or through your guides or through angels that are providing you with this level of love energy that you're needing to be able to heal. Could also be through somebody that you're working with, like a healer of some kind who has this spiritual connection that can help to spark your spiritual connection. Essentially like catalyzing you to be able to hold that love frequency, receive that love frequency. It's kind of like what I do with Reiki with clients. So it's using that spiritual connection to channel the Reiki to you, and then you activate that within yourself. Sometimes I even do attunements for clients. I'm not a Reiki master teacher. I don't have the training for that, but I do attunements when I'm called to by their higher self to hold that frequency so that you can retain the level of Reiki that you need to be able to heal your heart or to do it, whatever kind of healing work at that spiritual level is necessary at the time. Okay, so let's look at what's going on in the last month of the year here in December. You guys have the World card again. Yes, Pisces. Oh my God, I'm so relieved. So yes, that cycle's coming to an end. It's coming to a completion. There's been 2 completions this month, or I should say this year. So this is a big year for you when it comes to karmic cycles coming to an end. This is a big year for you when it comes to leveling up, is what it really feels like to me, and standing up and shining your light in the world. It's a huge year for you, Pisces. You have the Ace of Wands too. So this is a brand new beginning. It's a fresh start, and you're gaining a lot of inspiration and motivation to continue moving forward. Where there was a little hesitation and fear before, where there was doubt, I feel like you've let go of what you needed to let go of. You've healed what you've needed to heal, and you've learned and understood what you needed to be able to keep going and to grab this stick with both hands, not just one hand, with both hands. It's like you are going to take life into your hands. You're going to grab your magic wand and you're going to create what it is that you want. It's like you had the magician there in February, and it's like you're going to continue to do that now that you've kind of been through a little bit of the ringer here with that storm wisdom and with the 3 of Swords energy, the 9 of Swords. But guess what? You come out on top, and you come out the wiser for it, and you're the magician. Grab this opportunity. It's going to come in some way, shape, or form. This is an opportunity of motivation, inspiration, creativity, self-expression. Follow your joy, follow your passion, Pisces. I speak with sincerity. So speak your truth. Show up in the world and speak love into it. Speak love into your relationships with other people. Speak love into what you're saying on a larger scale, what you're saying about yourself. Speak with sincerity. Speak from the heart. Speak truth. A new start is coming. Well, yeah, we got the World card and then the Ace of Wands and then this card. So it's a huge confirmation that, that's funny, I almost said conversation. So you might be having new conversations that are completely different from what they used to be. And this could be within yourself or with other people or both. And I feel like it's a new start. It's a fresh, new, clean slate, and just in time for January 2022. So this is it's a massive, massive new beginning for you right at the end of the year. Everything coming full circle. It's like there's an era ending here. There's an age that's ending. And I feel like you kind of went through the grieving process of that. It's like even though it wasn't for you, there was still an attachment to it. And part of those 3 of Swords energy coming up was letting go of what wasn't aligned with you anymore, what was keeping you small, even though there was probably some attachment to it. So you really have this opportunity to be bigger now, to start fresh, to be limitless. Building blocks, and you're gaining the building blocks you need to do that. So you're not starting from scratch, Pisces. You are building on the experience that you have. You're building on everything that you've culminated over lifetimes. You are an old soul. You have been around the block. You have a lot of this building block energy at your fingertips to be able to create what you want. They're showing me Lego. Yeah, it's like you've got a big, huge, limitless supply of Lego blocks. And you can literally build whatever you want. You can build a spaceship, you can build a castle, you can build a person. It doesn't matter what you build. You have the limitless potential, and it's really just limited by your creativity and what you will allow yourself to make of it. The inner queen, last but not least for 2021, Pisces, you are the inner queen. Embrace your ability to build. Ruby is connected to the root chakra. Persephone is connected to the underworld, but also rebirth. So it's like you've deep dove into that underworld and you've healed those things, and then you come out a queen. You come out in that Empress energy that you were scared to embrace before. You come out empowered, strong, grounded, practical, a builder. You're taking that spiritual connection that you've honed and mastered over lifetimes and physically grounding it into this life to embody your divinity in every single step that you take here on earth. This is huge. Like this is absolutely off the charts huge. I'm like, my heart feels so full right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Well, I will leave it at that, Pisces. Thank you so much for watching, for supporting the channel. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to be doing these on a yearly basis from now on, I think. If you guys like it, I will definitely do more of these going forward. I'm also going to be doing the month by month readings too, and I'll do more in-depth monthly, like bi-weekly readings too, if that's something you guys are interested in. So thanks again. If you're interested in booking any session or reading that I provide, all of the information is in the description box below this video. Just email me at services.ToKittyandBeyond@gmail.com, and I look forward to connecting with you. Love you guys. Bye.